Alright, so I was originally wanting this to be like a, I don't know, like a video on OBS or whatever. And you see how there's like 25 minutes? That's because I did 2 freaking matches. I have to explain this thing a freaking third time for no reason. Okay, so look, so there's this website right here. If you copy the link right there, and then so this is like the deck I'm about to show you. So since since when I made this deck back in, so I don't remember when the game when the TCG event came out, but I built this deck or version 1 of this deck a month after the event came out, and I put this on the website on this date right here. So the version 1 of this deck didn't have Ellen because that didn't exist, Fried Egg didn't exist, and that didn't exist. So, and then of course there's like this used to cost 1 energy, 1 energy, 3 energy. I don't know, she used to have 10 HP, she only needed 2 attacks for a burst. Stuff like that. And then like the Kairos, like when you freeze an opponent now, when you use a fire attack, it deals twice the damage. Back in the day, that didn't used to be the case. And then there's a tutorial right here on how to use it, tips, and then notes. So like Mona and Ayaka's damage soak up for Ganyu. Good. And then when you go to Card Plaza, freeze is the #1 tag. Oh, hey, what's this? Is that a freeze? Why? Because this deck guarantees you getting 1 or 2 freezes. Like, it works really well. So, you know, considering that's the top tag is freeze, I don't really know why there's no likes, no comments, no stars. Because this is a freaking good deck. It was built a month after the event came out, and it's only been updated a couple of times. Like, I'm serious. It's only been updated like twice in the past 3 years. Once to add the egg and the aliens, and then once to add the card right here. So considering it's a 3-year-old deck, if not more, then the fact that it's still winning battles really goes to show how good the deck actually is. So let me grab the thing right here, just so I could show you how this works. Let's see. I guess just, how do we do this? Can we just put this on the ground maybe? Put this on the ground and then put this like here, I guess. Because yeah, no, I'm not gonna turn on the really bright lights just to show a simple tutorial on how to use this deck. So if you copy the tagger, oh yeah, wait, really quick. If you copy that tag, I think that's like the import for my deck. So yeah, if you actually want to like get it to be popular. So right here, I actually recreated my deck. As far as I know, it should be good because yeah, so the important thing is, oh wow, that's just work. Hang on, I gotta do 180. I gotta do 180 because it doesn't want to show anything on the card. Degenet is I'm still turning around. Okay, now we should be good to go. I'm not even sure how to. Ow, freaking idiot. Oh goodness me! This is why I should have my own house, is so that I can have like a table for this type of setup, basically. But I like don't have this setup built. Okay, so yeah, the important thing is that Ganyu has 12 HP, wherever it was. Where the frick did I put that crap? Excuse me? Oh, here we go. I was gonna say, like, am I tripping? I could have sworn I put it back in the deck. So here you could see we have the 3 characters. And then depending on if it's the ability, can you focus please? Come on. There we go. So if it's a ability, it's this. If it's an attack, it's green. So like purple or green, basically. And then we have these. And I'm kind of like... So those are like summons, basically, I think. Right? Those are like summons. I don't... I thought I had like made a typo on one of these cards, but I don't think so. So like... Okay, so now if we focus on the ground, so pretty much, so you have Mona on that side, her in the middle, or her right there. Right there, I guess. So that's your setup, and then so your deck would be off to the side here. I wish there was a better way to, like, it should be like this, but I physically can't put my phone at that angle. Like, I literally can't do that angle. So you have Mona as your start right here. And then, so you have 5 cards in your starting hand. So your starting hand should have that guy. That. Let's see. So that's 2. Then we're guaranteed to have we're guaranteed that card in our starting hand. And then you want like that. Let me get these out for later. You want like that, I think. Let me get... Did I get both Jade Chambers? Okay. Okay, so... Let's see. So, out of these 5 cards... Can you focus, please? Alright, out of these 5 cards, it does... Wait, what? 5? There's supposed to be 6. Wait a minute. How are you missing 1? Okay, let's try that again. So, out of these 6 cards, it doesn't really matter which one of these you start in, have in your starting hand, because you're going to get all the rest of these later anyways. So let me just randomly choose 2 of these. So let's just choose these 2. Put that in my starting hand. Okay. So this would be your the rest of your cards right here. Then you have... Oh, wait, no, hang on. These are the ones that we're going to draw later. So let's put that on the top of the deck. So these are the starting cards for the game. So we have these 5 cards right here. All right, so what you want to... Oh, wait, you're wrong order. So you have this one at start. So you use Mona's attack to deal the summon right here. So you put out this summon right here. So this goes on here with 1 shield, and it would deal 1 damage at the end of the turn. Like, hang on, I wonder if there's a way. Hang on, let me try it this way real quick. I guess I'll just do it more manually so that it works out better. Okay, so this will be your starting hand, and then so you have this as your summon or whatever. Okay, so you attack with her to deal 1 hydro damage, and then they use 1 attack against you, and then you play down 2 of these. Oh my gosh. Okay. So these would be off to the side. And then so her attack uses 3 energy. Oh, is that what I forgot to do? Oh, no. That's right. I put the energy on the right-hand side. So that uses 3 energy right there. So then this one will gain 3 energy. That one will gain 2 energy. And you would use dice as counters for that. So then you end your turn, and then at the end of so they attack whatever. It doesn't matter how much damage she takes, as long as she doesn't die, I guess. But then so at the end phase, then you would draw 2 cards. So we would draw 2 cards. Oh, they're upside down. Well, that's not supposed to happen. Is the entire deck upside down, or just these cards? Goodness me. Okay, so then this guy, so then you draw 2 more cards for then your turn, which is these 2 cards. That's good. And then you draw another 2 cards because of Libin at your start of your next turn. And then at the start of your next turn, you will have 4 Cairo dice, 2 matching dice, and 2 random dice. Actually, that's not true. Maybe it is. I don't know. So then at the start of your next turn, then you should have 8 dice. So use one. So you're at. So this guy goes. Oh no, that's right. So this one gives you 2 energy. So discard pile, I guess, could be over here. So he gives you 2 energy, and then this one would go away. So that could go back in that pile. So you have 10 energy. So now you swap out to her. You have 9 energy. Then you have 6 energy. And then you use this card right here. So you use that to make this 0 cost. So you're still at 6 energy. Right? Because then 9, 6. So then this goes to your discard pile. And then you use 4 energy. Let's see. So 4 energy, right? You need 1 and then 1. So, okay. So actually, you don't want the healing card. Give me a second here. You want this card. Okay, here we go. That's more like it. Okay, so you have 6 energy and your attack costs 4, okay? So what you want to do is use this, which costs 1 energy, makes your attack cost 5, or total of 5. Then you use this for 4 energy, so this gets attached to you as well. So that these 3 go behind, this one goes out front. So that, like that, perfect. Okay, so now her attack. So the opponent has Hydro guaranteed because of her summon. So they get frozen by your first attack, and that will deal 9, 2, and 2. Oh, really? Oh, I guess I would deal 9 damage, wouldn't it? Lol. Well, anyways, they 9, 2, and 2, so they would die from that if they didn't have shields or anything, because that's 1 plus 9, which is a kill. This goes to your discard pile, and now you have 1 energy left. So when they swap out to the next person because they're frozen, then you swap in Ayaka, and when Ayaka's there, then you end your turn. You have 0 energy. So then at the end of your turn, then now you would draw 4 cards, and then this would go to your discard pile. Oh yeah, and then also make sure to play these before you end your turn. I forgot to tell you about that. So yeah, play your Jade Chamber. So wow, that is a lot of healing cards I do not need. Okay, so now it's your 3rd turn. So on your 3rd turn, now you have her out, and then you have guaranteed 6 Cairo die, but you should have all your dice to be Cairo, or at least 2 of them matching. So you play her, and then you could attack with her for 3, attack with her for 2, and then that's all your dice using. So then that would deal who knows how much damage. It doesn't matter if you attack the person that has Hydro or not, but that's going to deal a certain number of damage. So this one goes back, and then you kind of keep playing with her until she dies. So like if I took 3 and 3, then she should be at 4 HP right now. So pretend she's at 4 HP, you draw 2 cards. Okay, I guess we got that then. I mean, let me just double check, because this is 3, 3, and 2, right? Or is it 3, 2? Wait, hang on. I think I might have miscounted. It's because her attack, it would cost 3 the first time, then it would cost 2 the second time, which could be 1. So if we do 3 plus 7 plus 1, so you could actually technically play both of these. So you could play both of these, and then it should be 3 and 1. So you should be able to use that. She is now at 4 HP, and then you would draw 2 cards, which I guess is more healing, which, okay. So now she's at 4 HP, so you attack 1 more time. She's at 1 HP. You attack 1. Well, you would use a burst because you would have that, and then she would die. So I guess you just flip her over, I guess, and then onto this one. And then with her, then you would use your last attack for 3 energy. And then let me grab the dice real quick. So I'm trying to think, so let me see, because that'd be 2, so then she would use 1 attack. That'd put her at 3 energy and in her burst. So then that would be 6 energy total. And then she dies. Then you want to go to Mona. And then, so if that costed 6 energy total, then I guess you would just, yeah, so I guess you would technically use a healing on her. So if it costs 6, you just use a heal, I guess. And then you could use your last attack for 1, and then that means that you have 1 energy. So then, and then she would probably die after that, then I think. And they would be out of energy, so you swap to Mona. And then, so yeah, then you're on Mona, and then this next turn, you get 8 Cairo, so now you want 7 Cairo, or you pretty much want like all Hydro die. So on her, you use her, so she's at 1 energy right now. Use a 1 attack, then for 3, then you use 1 attack for 1. So now she's at 3 energy. You used 4 dice, so you still have 4 more dice. So you could use her burst for 4 damage, I think it is. And then I guess you could use the heal on her. By the end of the round, she should die, so that you're swapping back to Ganyu, full HP. And then, so then you would draw 2 and 2, I think. So now you should have that many cards. Let's see if this is less than 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So yeah, 10 out of 10 cards. So now you have 8 Cairo energy. So now you have enough for 2 attacks. So first of all, since you have 2 of these dice, what you want to do is use 1 of these and then draw 2 more cards. Ooh, perfect. Okay, so since you have, so now that, oh yeah, that's right. So now that she used her burst, oh yeah, that's right. I totally forgot about that. So Ayaka used her burst. So then this would be -1. So this one would have 1 left. So the opponent took 2 damage on top of the Hydro damage, but they still have Hydro. So then you use her burst, which does more damage. And then that will be, so let's see. If it does double damage, they have Hydro currently, and they're already -2. So this would do 5 times 2, right? I think. So that would be enough to KO a character. So that would KO a character, and then you have enough for 1 more attack. But then since the next attack only costs 3, then you could just use this without any cost. So use that. So then that'd be 10, 3, and 3. And then you could do 5, 3, and 3. And that should definitely KO them. And at that point, then you would have all 3 energy you need to use your burst. So, but then you have no more energy. You have, I think, so let's see, 3 plus 4, kind of -1. So you're at 0 energy right now. So when Ganyu takes damage, then you could just use this card right here to heal her up 1 HP. And then that goes into discard pile 2. And then at the end of your round, this would get used, they -2 damage. And then that should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So what you would do is you would convert this to an energy, so you don't need that anymore. Okay, good. Wait, no, I thought I used one of the dice, didn't I? Did I use one of the dice? Yeah, I did use one of the dice. Hang on, give me that bow back. I used one of the dice. I don't know how the dice stayed in my hand. Okay, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So then you draw 2 cards, max hand limit. And now since this is the last turn, oh yeah, so before your last turn, this should be the last turn. So what you want to do is you want to convert all 3 of these. And then what you want to do is you want to, so you technically don't draw these just yet, put those back on the top. And then you want to use, you want to convert this to an energy. And then you want to do, give me back the 1 healing real quick. Yeah, give me back this healing real quick. And instead, I want to convert, the fried egg, because we don't need that, because Ganyu still has a lot of HP. I don't plan on using either of these 2 characters. And then you want to use this and this on Ganyu, like so. And then you want to I guess convert one of these. So by the end of so second to last round, if I think the game ends on, so if I think the game ends next round, then what you want to do is you want to have one card in your hand, you draw 2 cards, now you have 3 cards in your hand. So then you have 3 or less cards, so now these get converted to energy, so these go away. Perfect. And then, so all you have now is LNs, and now you have 10 energy. So now you could just attack with her. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So that's a total of 10 energy. So yeah, you can't do that. So I guess you could use 2 attacks, and then you could use this, or 2 attacks, use this. Something like that. You could just use one of these 2 cards, but those 2 attacks definitely should kill them. So that's kind of like how you use the deck, I guess. And then you see how after all those rounds, we only have 4 cards left in our deck. So because I have, here, let me grab the thing out real quick. So because we have this dude, we have this, and then we have this, and then, oh yeah, this would be over there. And then this, and then this, and then this. So when you do the math on it, your deck starts with 30 cards. Your starting hand has 5 cards. So you start the first round with 25 cards left in your deck, basically. And then, let's see. And then we have these 2, this, and this. So you have 6 cards right there. So each of these do 2 cards. Well, I guess these technically do 4, but so there's 4, 8, and then what is that? 24 cards, I think. Is it 4, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16? Okay, I don't know where I got 24 from. That's if I had doubled the cards. But yeah, so that's 16 cards of those alone. So 16 cards, and then the other 10 cards or whatever would be like 5 rounds. So that's kind of why, like, by the end, you should almost have your deck like emptied out, basically. So that's what I'm saying, is like a fifth of your deck is straight up draw power right there, basically. So here, let me show you real quick. So right here, so a sixth of your deck is or technically these 2. So over a fifth of your deck is healing cards. A fifth of the deck is cards to support Ganyu. A fifth of the deck is draw power. A fifth of the deck is like kind of like the support cards right here, basically. And then the other fifth of the deck is just random cards, like the dice and extra damage, basically, and the arcane card, kind of that type of thing. And that's kind of why that deck works so well, basically. And just to think that this deck is like 3 years old and it still works perfectly. Let's go.